Simon, the Dogs really jumped you from the outset. How disappointing a performance is that?
Yeah, it was really disappointing. Obviously, the start was incredibly disappointing to be on the back foot like that. You know, they dominated us around the ball and were able to score way too easily. So, incredibly frustrated with how we started the game, and in patches we were able to bring that back into the game that we were looking for. But overall, just nowhere near the level required to beat a team that's in very, very, very good form. And that's the bottom line. We just weren't up to that level tonight.
Simon, you talk about the start. A couple of weeks ago, you lost the first 15 clearances of the game.
Yeah.
The first 10 tonight. What are you noticing is going wrong at the start of matches? You obviously fought back. You only, the final count's only 4 down, but that's a real issue.
Yeah, it is. And, our clearance game hasn't been anywhere near the level for a period of time now, especially against really dominant midfield groups. We've seen a lack of our ability to win clearance, pressurise the opposition to a level, to get the game back into a scramble, which is really important around contest areas. And it's a big part of our game that we need to work on moving forward. It's a trend in our game that has been a strength over previous years, but this year just hasn't been to the level. And some of that might be personnel, but there's enough personnel there to get it right, and we need to work on it. And continue to expose players that are going to deliver in that area of the ground for us. So it's something we need to get on top of.
Do you have a theory? I know you sort of touched on it a little bit, but can you give us any insight into what I know you can't say too much.
Yeah, I've got a theory, but I don't really want to put it out here tonight. Talk about it and work with it with the coaches. But we need to get that part of our game better. It's nowhere near the level. To lose 10 clearances in a row, you're giving up a lot of territory on the back of that, and that puts you under enormous pressure. So we acknowledge it. We put our hand up that that's not to any level, and we need to get it better.
With so much on the line tonight, obviously, the finals is still very much, it was a really important game from that perspective. Can you sort of scratch your head as to how you start a game like that when there's so much on the line? Yeah,
you do. Absolutely. I think we all sit here and we think, why would you get that type of performance in that situation when there is so much on the line? And for a long time now, that's not how our footy clubs looked. And when you're under pressure and your season is in the position it's in now, you want to see a real grit and determination. We didn't see that tonight. So we will own that and get better. We're not going to waste time. We're going to keep looking for ways to get better and improve. But that, at the start of the game, in that situation, is nowhere near the level that we expect as a footy club, and we'll get it better.
You say it's been for a while now. You say, do you think it's something that is an easy fix, or might it take long to sort of right the ship? Or is it just too hard to tell?
Yeah, it's there's things we need to fix immediately, and there's things that need to fix over time. But what we can start the game in the right manner. Last week we started the game in amazing fashion against GWS. Tonight, nowhere near the level. So there's things in our control that we can control in the way we play, and there's things we'll keep moving forward and getting better at over time.
Stephen May, do you have an update on where he's at? Obviously, we saw him going into the ambulance. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's got some ribs, so we'll get them looked at. Obviously, getting him assessed. We'll just have a good look at where that sits, but obviously go away and get precautionary scans, check everything, make sure everything's right with Steve, and fingers crossed he's okay.
Second time he's done that this year. I'm assuming you don't take any risk with him, considering he's had it done already this year.
Yeah, it's no risk. Obviously had those ribs earlier in the year, managed to come back, so we'll just have to have a really good look at that, get the scans, get a good assessment, and see where that sits. But it's fingers crossed for Steve. Hope he's okay.
Are they completely unrelated? I mean, I know it might seem like a really stupid question, but is there a chance that there was a weakness there still? Or
I haven't got all the information. I've only just got a real quick summary to say that he's off a scan, so I'll let you know, Mark, when I get that information.
One of the more worrying aspects, I guess, obviously Christian's been out for so long, and then so you'd assume that the low end, in terms of leadership, guys like Clary and Jack, they seem to really be struggling tonight. And when that happens, is there sort of like a domino effect when some of your best players really do struggle to have an impact on the game?
Yeah, I don't think it's the night to talk about individuals. Clearly, we would love to have Christian Petrarca, we'd love to have Angus Brayshaw, we'd love to have some of the guys that could help our midfield group right now. But it's an area of the ground that we need to get better at, and we'll continue to expose Trent Rivers Tonight you would have seen Colton Tholstrup in there and Judd McVee at the end. Their guys will continue to look at different opportunities for guys, but it's an area of the game that we need to get better at.
Is Jack finding carrying an injury that's hampering him a little bit, do you think?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Tom McDonald seemed to have a bit of a rough night, so I seem to be involved in everything. Do you sort of, is it, I know he's even for an elder statesman, like, even him, yes, so just to chat to, just to settle down or have a chat to, kind of thing? Like,
Yeah, as I said, this isn't the time to talk about individuals. Those things will be done during the week. But clearly, Tom had some frustration. We ended up moving him forward to have a look at him down the other end of the ground. But we'll have those conversations with players throughout the week. But, there's individuals we can talk about, but this is a collective. We just were nowhere near the level of what we expect as a footy club. That was right at the start, and that just continued to transpire through the game.
So I know you don't want to talk about individuals on your side, but can I ask you about coaching against Marcus Bontempelli and where you think he stacks up as a player? Like, is he the best player in the comp?
Oh, look, he's, if not the best, one of the best. He was outstanding again tonight. At quarter time, it was just, we had to do something with him, so we put Tom Sparrow to him at quarter time. Tom held in there for the majority of the night, did a reasonable job, especially in the second half. But he just got away from us. He's a high-quality player, and if you went through all their midfield group right now, you could man a case to spend some time tagging every single one of them. They're in that good a form. So, credit to the way that they're evolving their team throughout the year and where they're positioned at the moment.
Thanks, Freddie.
Thanks, guys.